Many researchers and scholars I work with often tell me the same thing. There are just too many AI tools out there and I don't know where to start. The abundance of options can be overwhelming, and instead of simplifying the research process, it usually ends up causing confusion and decision fatigue. That's exactly why I decided to create this focused session, a simplified, no nonsense walkthrough of just a few tools. But not just any random tools, the most effective, practical, and time saving ones that I have personally tested and recommended to thousands of researchers. Hi, my name is Dr. Tripti Chopra, and I am a PhD academic writing coach and the founder of the PhD Coach, India's first dedicated platform to help scholars and students understand and use AI tools in research. We have served over 15,000 learners through our courses, ebooks, and productivity templates. Today, I will walk you through three most powerful tools, which are AnswerThis, ChatGPT, and Zotero, and show you how they can streamline your entire research journey, from finding papers and spotting gaps to building literature reviews and organizing references with ease. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Whether you are a seasoned academic or just beginning your research journey, you are about to discover how AI can simplify, speed up, and sharpen your entire research workflow. So, yeah, let's move on. Let us begin with the agenda of our research workshop. So here's what we will cover over the next 60 minutes. First, we will go over the tools and set up everything. Then we will explore how to search smartly with AnswerThis. We will build a mini literature review using AI assistants. Then we will organize and polish our research and with Zotero, and we will explore their empathy framework, which is such a revolution, I'm telling you. And finally, we will wrap up with key takeaways and next steps. By the end of this session, you will have everything you need to streamline your research and write faster and smarter. So let me quickly introduce the tools we will use. The first one is AnswerThis. It is like ChatGPT but for research. It has access to over 250 million peer-reviewed papers. I know that's a hopping number, and comes with amazing features like literature review builder, research gap finder, chat with papers, smart library, and empathy, which we will explore today. And then next is ChatGPT, that helps you improve clarity and tone and gives you a second brain while you are writing. And third one is Zotero. So it helps you manage your references and helps you organize and cite everything with ease. Together they form a seamless workflow, right from search to synthesis to citation. Okay, so now I will walk you through AnswerThis first. So yeah, let's go. Looks like you just have to search AnswerThis on Google and this website will open. Now I will show you how to sign in or sign up. Because I already have account, I will sign in. If you don't have account, you just have to sign up. So, and you can sign up using your Google account also. So I've signed in, and now here you can see that there are a lot of features that you can use there is writer, there is library, search papers, citation maps, diagram. There are many tools as well. And this is search box, and from here you can select the type of uh, thing that you are doing, like literature review you want to search, you want to search papers, you want to search internet, you want to search library, and there are more filters as well. And from clicking here you can explore other tools also. So literature review, search papers, citation maps, chat with PDF, AI writer, data extractor, diagram generator, all of these are here. And from I am showing you a basic version of it. You can also have pro version after your access is restricted. So we will come to that later, and we will have a look at all of these features in the next slides. First, let's have a look at the tools that we are using today. So first is this AnswerThis. Now second is Zotero. So you just search Zotero on Google and this will open. Now here you can see that there is a download option. So, and yes, it is free, it is easy to use, and it helps in collecting, organizing, annotations, citing and sharing research. Now I will show you how to download this. So there is Zotero 7 for Mac, and there is a Chrome connector as well. So I will install Chrome connector. Whenever you open a document, let's say on Google Scholar or anywhere, you just have to enable the extension and it will save your paper, and later on you can save it in your Zotero library, and Zotero library is there in your laptop. Of course you have to download Zotero app for that, and it saves the paper along with the tags. Okay, so now it is installed, and here you can see that this is Zotero connector. So whenever we will be reading any paper on AnswerThis, I will show you how to use Zotero connector, and I will also download Zotero 7 for Mac. So this will help you integrate Zotero with your documents, and you can also use Zotero with your Word documents in your laptop. So once this is downloaded, I will show you how it works. Meanwhile, let's move on to ChatGPT without wasting our time. So I know most of you have been aware of how to use ChatGPT and how does it look like. So this is how it looks like, and how to use it we will come to demo part as well. Now let's search like a pro. So here I will show you how we use different modes, how we set filters, how we type in a query, and how we identify gaps. So all of this, and how we export our relevant papers to Zotero. So let's have a look at it. Over here, which is AI in education. Here you can assume that I am also doing a literature review side by side. So how I actually do it using AnswerThis is what I am going to show you over here. Now always remember that there can be a variety of methods that can be used, but I believe that this is the best one. Now moving forward, if you don't know how to give it a prompt, there is a prompt helper also. So you just have to click on select a tool, and you can find relevant studies on AI in education. You can find you can write a literature review on AI in education. You can perform a quantitative analysis, so on. Now this is the very first step of doing a literature review. For now, even our title is not finalized. We just have a topic, a broad topic, which is AI in education. Now the very first thing is to find relevant studies on AI in education. Here I've already have this topic here. I will copy the topic here. Now there are a variety of filters here. You can see that there is auto filter, which is strict literature review mode that provides structured citation rich answers. So you also have option to have citation in this particular answer. So it will give you answer for your query, which is find relevant sources about AI in education, and you can select the number of citation. For example, I want minimum 20 citation when it gives me this particular answer. Now if I don't want that, I can also select a structured literature review, but for now this is not valid because this is just the starting of my literature review. I just want to understand the topic. I want to gain a deeper insight on what is being done in XYZ period. We will come to that also. So I will keep it on auto only. Here you also have an option of dynamic research assistant, which is nothing but it acts as an it is an interactive mode with citations and research context, which is useful for finding research gaps, research questions, etc. So you can also select this, because at this stage we are interested in identifying which research questions could we explore, how do we find gaps. So we can also keep dynamic research assistant mode, and then there is deep research mode that provides a comprehensive citation rich answer. So we will not select this particular mode because we are more interested in interaction at the moment. Now I've also selected the number of citations that I want, and here you also have turbo mode. Turbo mode provides faster results, but it may reduce comprehensiveness. So if you are in hurry, you can select turbo mode, and if you are not in hurry, you can disable it for now. The filters, like I just selected Q1 and Q2 journals. I just selected papers from last 5 years. Once this is done, it will process your query. It will not take much time, just a minute, and you will get your answer. Now there is one more thing here that is to be noted, is it will show you the tools that have been used. So it searched academic papers for AI in education, and it found 9 papers. However, it must be noted that I have selected 20 citations, but the reason could be that there are no enough research papers available on this particular topic, which is also a good thing, because you want to explore a topic that has less number of research being done. Now from here you can see that it is kind of an introduction paragraph, wherein it has provided you an overview of your topic, and then it has proceeded towards integrating research findings from the papers, and you can even check the sources. There are no way you can get hallucinations, because it uses actual papers, actual citations, and actual findings. So this is the most time saving aspect, I would say, because otherwise, if let's say if you have AI in education as your topic, what you would do, you might go to Scopus, you might go to Google Scholar, and then you will start exploring papers. You will read, take an overview of the papers, and it will really be a time consuming affair, trust me. But here you got top 9 papers that are related to AI in education. Now when you click on this, the source appears here, and this particular source, its abstract is there, its list is already there, its PDF is also available. You can click on this particular article, and you can open this article and read it further. But for now what I would do is, I would just copy this particular thing onto my document that I have started. So this is a kind of a part of literature review for me that I would build further. Remember that I'm not going to use this content as it is, and I'm just copying it so that I can get an idea, I can get an understanding to develop my literature review further. So this is just a preliminary stage. Now from here you can change citation styles. If you want APA, if you want Harvard, all the styles are there. You just need to click here and it will change the style and you can save it. And there's one more thing over here, you can chat with a particular paper. For example, you just want to know what is the particular gap in this particular paper, you can simply click on chat. When you click on chat, it will set up chat for you, and then you can ask anything like, how many respondents were there in this particular paper, what were the research gaps, what were the methodology used. So likewise, each and every answer, each and every question you can ask and you can get answer. So from that you develop your basic understanding of the particular topic, and it is really again time saving, because when you read a paper you have many questions that, let's say if this particular paper uses structural equation modeling. Now you are new to research field, you don't know what is structural equation modeling, then you can start chat with paper and it will give you answers. So all your queries related to your research can be resolved here itself. You don't have to go anywhere else, and thus it saves a lot of time also, and it gives you the best possible answer. So there is no way you can gain incorrect information. That's why I really liked this feature of AnswerThis, wherein you can chat with paper and find your research gaps, find your research questions. I will show you how to do that. Then I can ask any question. Let's say I just want to know, is it a qualitative research or quantitative? If then what methods were used? So because whenever I read a paper, my basic query is always what methods have been used and what were the results, because on the basis of methods I get to know that okay, this study was conducted on US citizens, or okay, this study was conducted on Indian population. Then what specific sample size was there, what was the specific objective with which this particular study was conducted on that particular population, and what were the results. So based on that I can identify my research gaps, because if this particular study was conducted on US population, let's say, by the way it is a review paper, so there's no way it is quantitative or a study has been conducted. But in case, I'm just taking an example, so in case if it was done on US, so I can try and replicate it on Indian population. That can be a gap that can give me my research question. So this is how I identify research questions and research gaps. Now you see that it clearly says that it is a qualitative study, and the search strategy has been provided that it used EBSCO, ProQuest, Google Scholar, Web of Science, and then it identified the role of qualitative research within the literature review, and finally it provided the summary. Now I feel that this paper is not that useful, because what I am planning is, I am planning to do a quantitative study on AI in education. So I will just go back and I will find another paper which is quantitative in nature, because that is the paper that is going to give me research gaps. And I will see other papers. So you see that this one was a review paper, again this was a review paper, this also looks like a review paper. What my objective here is to find empirical papers, because I am more interested in doing quantitative research on AI in education. That's why I am looking for a paper that is based on quantitative data, that is based on primary data, because that is the paper that is going to give me my research gaps, that is going to give me a direction. So the objective is, when you are starting with your research and you are at the very first step of your research, the objective is to find a seed paper. A seed paper means a paper that you feel like this could be your role model, or the methods that have been used, the population, the sample size, everything seems to be perfect to you, and that becomes your seed paper. Now uh, now I can see that this is a paper which is AI in education, and it's a perspective on mathematics teacher practices and challenges. It looks like a quantitative paper. We will explore this paper, but before that there is one more thing to consider over here, and which is the filters. So as I mentioned earlier that I set filters for Q1 Q2 journals only, and for last 5 years only. So what I can do is, from here, from the filters option, I can get 10 years paper, because that will increase my chances of getting more relevant papers, because the number of papers will increase. For now these papers are just from Q1 Q2 journals and from last 5 years. So I will double the tenure, and I will include all the journals, and then I will get more papers on this particular topic. So I will again set the filters. You know what to do, just click on filters and do the process. We don't waste time on this now. Once you get all the papers, again what you can do is, you can simply ask for one research gap from the given papers, and click enter, and it will give you this a strong gap from the provided answers. So you will get gaps. Now what you need to do is, you just copy these gaps into the same document in which you were working. Again I am repeating the same thing, that this is not what I am actually going to do. This is not my actual research gap for now. This is just a preliminary investigation to understand my topic. So what I will do now is, I will read this entire document properly, which will take me not more than 5 to 10 minutes, and after developing a basic understanding from it, I guarantee you that you will be able to frame your research question. So this is the very first step, to use gap finder to identify research gap, and then develop an understanding. And once your understanding is developed based on this given text, you can proceed further. Moving on to my favorite feature, which is citation map. So it is very easy to use, and the main reason why I like this tool a lot is because it gives you all the relevant papers. There is no scope of that missing out on papers or something like that. So what you need is, you just need to have a title or a DOI. I will copy a title over here, and I will just click on search, and you see that it has provided you two papers, from which you can select the best paper that you want as an origin point for your citation graph. I will select this particular paper because I feel that this is more relevant for my research, and after clicking you see that the citation map is ready. Now to understand the citation map, it is very easy. They have already provided you with all the legends that the blue lines are for paper A is cited by paper B. The pink lines are for reference, which means paper A references paper B, and indirect connections are for the papers that share references or citations. Now you don't have to worry much about this because the thing that with which you should be concerned is here, which is the number of papers that it has provided you. You can see that 121 papers, and these are the papers, or I would rather say these are the only papers that you now need for conducting your literature review, because these are the most relevant papers. And from here you can also have a glance. You see that this was the original paper that we used to prepare the graph, and now you see that this is about AI in maths, which is almost similar to the seed paper that we have given it to prepare the citation map. Then we have this paper on online teaching and teacher adaptability, student development, then AI in academia, then AI tools in elementary education. So you see that all these are the papers that are closely related to your topic. All you need to do is to save these topics, I mean save these papers in your library. So I will click and it will be saved in this library over here. And for all the papers I can repeat the same process. I can download the papers, and there is one more thing over here, which is most cited papers. Now most cited papers means these are the papers which are most cited in this particular graph by the researchers that are present in this graph. So these 6 papers or 7 papers, whatever the number of papers is here, are going to be the base for your research topic and for your research question. So this is the beauty of citation map. I use citation map to formulate my research questions, to understand the context of my research in a better way. So what I am going to do is I will save all of these 6 papers in my library, and I will show you the steps that I want to do after saving these papers. So after saving these papers, I will open the papers. I will again get the summaries of these papers, or I will get a paragraph about research gaps from all these 6 papers, and that particular gap is going to help me build research gaps and questions for my research study. So here's what you do. You go to your library, you see that all the papers that I have saved are here. I can import, I can export, I can even have bibliometric analysis from these selected papers. So let's say if you were doing a bibliometric analysis study on these 120 papers or in AI in education, then what are the steps that you need to follow is you just need to find relevant papers on AI in education that we just did. From that you just need to build your citation map that we just built, and from there you just need to click on bibliometric analysis. After, of course, after importing all the 120 papers here, and from that 120 papers it will create a bibliometric analysis for you. But for now we are not doing bibliometric analysis, we are doing our literature review for a quantitative paper. So from here I can just save all these papers. Basically I can select the papers. You see that I've selected the papers. I will select all the papers, or as many papers as I want. After selecting, I will click on chat with And now let me show you how we are going to use these papers. Firstly, we are going to export these papers, and that's where Zotero becomes a hero for you. So I will select all the papers and I will click on export to bib text. You see that this papers.bib wants to import the file. I will click on OK. It's importing because Zotero is also opened here, and there are 34 items that have been imported. I will open and show you. I will open Zotero and show you. So these are the papers that have been imported. However, you see that some of the papers are imported twice, some of the papers have been imported thrice, but that does not matter. What matters is that the papers are imported here along with all the required information. For now, we will minimize this. Secondly, now I want to have data or context or information, or you can say something that will help you in preparing research gaps. So I will click on extract data. Now from this extract data you can get a lot of things. You can get key findings from all the selected papers, you can get research gaps from all the selected papers, you can get methodology, you can get anything. For now I am interested in research gaps. I will click on add column, and you will see that there will be a column for all the research gaps from all these selected research papers. And you can add more columns, but to avoid any confusion and to keep it easy, I just want research gaps. Here you see that we have the table of all the papers that we have selected. Along with that we have research gaps. Since it was not done in first time, I did it twice, and now we have two columns for research gaps. That does not matter. I will so yeah, now that we have this with us, I will just copy this, and now I will show you how ChatGPT works here. So for every research paper you have a gap. Now you want a direction. Of course you can read all the gaps and you can prepare your gaps, but to save more time you need a direction. So I will simply go to ChatGPT and I will say that these are the most important papers for my lit review, and based on these papers I want a workable research gap for my research on AI in education, which is going to be a quantitative research. So that's all that you know about your research for now, because this is just the beginning. I will just click on OK, and it will give you a workable research gap with quantitative focus. So this is the most important thing, because otherwise it could have also given you a qualitative gap which might not be useful for you. So now you see that you have these three major aspects upon which you can focus. You just copy it, and along with that it has also provided you research problem, research objectives, so you can also consider this. But for now I am just concerned with research gaps and I will copy these gaps. Again I am repeating the same thing, that you should not use it as it is, you should use it ethically. So this is just your direction, this is just a beginning point, this is just a starter, that okay, I can focus on how specific AI tools impact measurable learning outcomes. For example, you can focus specifically on academic performance or just on motivation or just on engagement across diverse educational levels or subjects. So now you got a beginning point, that okay, what I can do is I can study motivation on, let's say, elementary level, and only for English and maths. So likewise, you now understand how we started with a seed paper, and then we got uh, 3-4 relevant papers, and then we prepared our citation map, and on the basis of citation map we got these are the research gaps. Otherwise what you do is you go to Google Scholar, you go to Scopus, you go to EBSCO, you then identify a lot of papers, then you read those papers, then you prepare a matrix in Excel, and then you write down that okay, this paper is about this and this is the gap. So this particular work has been automated now. So here we are not focusing on generating content, here we are focusing on how a lot of stages have been removed from the process, for good of course, and how this is saving a lot of time. So this was about finding research gaps and citation map. Here our focus is on building a literature review, so, and that too ethically. So let's have a look at it. Now that we have a direction, we have our research gaps, we have basic understanding of this particular topic, the next step would be to start writing your draft of the literature review. For many of us it could be overwhelming at the very beginning because we are new to this field, or we have writer's block, or there can be any reason. So here in Answer This, you have this wherein you can even start writing your literature review, and you can use it as a draft, you can use it as a beginning point. Again, the word of caution is this is just for your guidance, this is not for using it as it is. So many of you might be concerned about ethical use of AI. So ethically, this is a beginning point which can help you in starting your document, which can provide you a guidance at the very beginning. So what we are going to do is we are coming back to the uh, initial point where we started, and for literature review we can discover new papers, we can search papers, and there is citation map. So we have utilized these three, and now I will show you how to start with a literature review. So I will simply put over here, write a literature review on, and you can pick one of your gaps, because now it is not AI in education anymore, because that was a broader topic. Now we will open our document, and let's say we decided that we are trying to understand AI impacts measurable learning outcome on how AI tools impact. I will select motivation here, then we will take motivation in let's say elementary school, sorry, and another thing that we can take from here is subjects. So let's say we take English and maths. So this is going to be our focus area, this could be our title also, and this is our research gap also. So during this process you have already learned how to identify research gaps, how to come up with a title and a research question. Now I will apply filters. I need a structured literature review, so I will click on structured literature review. I need minimum 20 citations, and all the sources would do, all the journals would also do, and I will just submit the search. But yes, I want a start date, so I don't want anything that is 10, that is more than 10 years old, so I will just put 2015 over here and I will submit the search. So now you will get a draft, you will get an understanding on how to start writing a literature review. So the main thing is to start it. It's not how it is going, it's how it started. So if it starts well, then I'm 100% sure that your literature review is gonna, be a great one. So this is a starting point. This gives you an idea on how to frame paragraphs, how to include studies in it. For example, it is always preferable to have a critical literature review, which means if X author is saying that AI in mathematics have facilitated students with good resources, and it has improved their productivity by, let's say, 15%, whereas author Z says that because of the use of AI, students have lost their ability to think critically, and more than 25% of the students have reported that they are now more relying more on using AI tools rather than using their brain. So this is, comparing and contrasting and preparing your paragraphs in such a manner that it depicts a story. So this is how a great literature review is prepared. Now in the beginning it can be challenging for you, and that is why we are using this feature, so that we can get a draft. You can then read the draft, and then you can start formulating your literature review in your own words. So this is the basic behind using this particular AI tool. So again, I am repeating the same thing, that I'm not promoting any kind of unethical use of AI, but we should always be sure that we use AI ethically, and we don't use the content provided by any AI tool. Don't use it as it is. That is just for your understanding. After reading that content, you then do your own research, and then you write it in your own words. So that is a major thing for any good literature review or any good research. So you see here that you've got your literature review, and now another important thing is, many research scholars ask me how we put headings, subheadings, how we know that what should come, what should not come, what should be the themes, what should be there in the themes. So this is what you need. You have your main heading, then you have your subheadings, and what to cover in all the headings and subheadings is already there. So it is like a complete literature review, and honestly this is what you need, because it is quite longer, and it has also provided you future gaps and research directions. So along with theoretical framework and everything, it has provided you each and everything that you need to do, uh, that you need to do your literature review. And along with that, you have all the papers that have been used in this particular literature review, and I feel there are more than, because I saw 28, so I think there are about 30 references in it. Now based on this, what you do is, so there are 28 references in this. So from this literature review you can start building your literature review. You can take ideas on how headings or subheadings should be, or how to do in-text citations, where do my in-text citations come. So all that stuff can easily be understood from here. And again, if you want, you can have a look at citation map of all these papers. You can download all these papers, you can save all these papers in your library. And yes, if you want, you can copy this for now from here, and you can paste it in the document in which we were working, and then you can use headings, subheadings, and then you can start building your literature review accordingly. So now you can imagine that it has become very easy for us to do literature review, because we have got a starting point. And my most loved, I would say, feature is chat with papers. So let's see how it looks like and how it works. Yet again a great feature of AnswerThis, because in many cases researchers and scholars tell me that we already have seed papers, our supervisors have given us seed papers, and we just want to explore those seed papers first, and then we want to build upon our literature review. In that case, if you have your papers with you, or if you find an interesting paper, you can just upload that paper. I have almost 80 pages document on AI in education. I will just upload that, and yes, I can also upload more files in it. For now I am just uploading one PDF, and I will continue. And after this I can ask any question. For example, I want to have a summary of this document, or I just want research gaps from this document. Whatever I want to do, I can ask here. So I will ask, I want summary of the attached doc attached document, and it will give me summary of this long document. So I don't have to read the entire document. I can save a lot of time. And at the same time, if your professor or supervisor has given you any kind of papers to read, and you don't have time to read those papers, and they had asked you that it is compulsory for you to read these papers before you proceed further with your research, you can just upload it on AnswerThis, and you can ask for the summary, or the most important points, or the major themes, or the research gaps, or the research question, depending on your needs and requirements. And AnswerThis will provide you all the details and insights from the document like this. So here we have overview, key themes. Along with that, we have additional notes, and it has also provided us a summary table. So based on this summary table, we can understand what kind of opportunities are there, what are the challenges and risks, and what are the recommendations that this paper is providing. So basically this paper is from US Department of Education. So instead of reading the entire paper, it has provided you the complete summary of this paper, which you can share privately as well as publicly. And of course you can download a document, PDF, markdown of all of these information, and you can share it with your colleagues or whoever you want to share it with. And you can even edit this if you like this. Let's say if your supervisor has asked you to prepare a summary out of, let's say, 10 papers, you uploaded 10 papers and you asked for summary, so you can edit this summary using this edit with AI option. Not only is that, but after having this summary, you can ask follow-up questions also. Like if you don't know what is opacity of AI decisions, you can simply ask this question and it will provide you the answer. You don't know what is algorithmic discrimination, you can ask and it will provide you the answer. You can ask specific gaps, you can ask anything and you can get your answers. So this is why I feel that chat with PDF is yet another very important feature of AnswerThis, which we can utilize for doing our research work or literature reviews. Yet again, two of the very important features, which are empathy tool and research gap finder. Let me show you how research gap finder works. You just click on research gap finder and you can see that it provides you instant results, and you have to be very specific with your research area. You have to include relevant keywords from your field. You will have to mention specific methodologies, and if you are looking for interdisciplinary gaps, you have to mention both the fields. So like we did earlier, I will just ask it to impact of AI tools on motivation of elementary students in maths and English. Keywords could be AI in education, AI in English, AI for students, etc. Okay, and method quantitative, and I feel this should be from management. Okay, this is just to validate if whatever gaps you have kept in mind or whatever you are trying to explore is it actually not done before, or is it actually a research gap. So this research finder is going to cross check it. This research finder is going to give you all the insights related to whatever input we have given it about the keywords, the methodology and everything, and based on that you can be sure that yes, now I am 100% sure that this should be my research gap. So here you see that this is research gap analysis. It has provided you introduction of your research area, then it has identified research gaps. So these are the gaps. You can see that motivation is there, age and development is there, and there are contradictions as well. So it has provided you contradictions also, because there are mixed outcomes on AI's impact on motivation. So you should also consider that while deciding your research. And what is the potential for original research, and it has clearly given you a title that you can study quantitative there could be a quantitative longitudinal study with multidimensional motivation measures that could include self-efficacy, engagement, motivation in maths and English. So this is a major gap. Cross-cultural and socio-economic quantitative comparisons can also be done. So you've already got 4-5 points where you can proceed further. So this is a table for research direction and the description. Now you can be sure that yes, this particular research study can be conducted, this can be my research gap, this can be my research topic, and this can be my research question. So everything can be validated using this research gap finder. So now we are sure that yes, whatever we have decided, whatever gap we were thinking of can be proceeded with. Now next up the next up is empathy tool, which is such a great revolution in the field of research as it provides you peer review. I will remove whatever is already written. I will just copy the content of a paper. I had a manuscript and I copied the content of that manuscript over here, and I will start with empathy analysis. Now you see that there are various stages. In this stage, they keep end goal in the mind. So they should evaluate manuscripts by understanding the journal scope, mission, ensuring the research aligns with advancing the field and meeting practical and scholarly expectations, and etc. If you want, you can skip this stage, but I want to keep this. So I will click on run, and after running, it will give you a detailed series of suggestions. So now you can see that the following sentences do not appreciate the journal's missions. Let's say this is a sentence and they are suggesting it to be replaced by something else. Likewise, there is another text that they want us to replace. So I think that yes, their suggestion is good. I will accept this as well, and after accepting, it has updated the review text. This was my review text. This is a full length paper, and then I will proceed to the next stage. Now I will run this stage. Likewise, I will run all the stages, because there are different, now in this stage they keep a developmental mindset. So based on that, it will provide a constructive feedback on this, so that they are saying that the argument would be clearer if you explicitly stated key connecting points and specific example to support your claims. So here they say that we are not supporting the claims. Again, streamlining the findings section by focusing on the most significant or novel findings would be useful. Of course, this is a good suggestion. So likewise, they have provided all the suggestions, and I will accept whatever I want to accept, or I need to reject. So I will accept all these suggestions. Of course, when I am doing it in actual situation, I will check everything thoroughly, and then I will accept, and then I will move on to the next stage. Now it peruse paper thoroughly at this stage. So for now I will skip. For now, this allocate critic resources wisely, I will skip for now. Now it is more about tone, so avoid toxicity, be professional, I will skip for now. This is then provides you holistic and balanced feedback on the entire paper. So I will run this stage. Whatever stages you want to run, you should run, because I am 100% confident that after incorporating the suggestions provided by this empathy tool, your manuscript will become more refined and there will be more chances of acceptance. So now you see that the original text was this, and it has replaced it with this, that the manuscript explores the potential of so and so. Likewise, for different sections, it has provided different suggestions. So it's up to us whether we want to accept or reject. So for now I will accept all the changes. You can even reject if you feel that no, it is suggesting something that you are not able to connect, or you feel that that is not constructive, you can reject also. Then you will proceed to next stage, and this is your review as a roadmap. So you will run this, because here the review guide authors by offering precise, practical and inspiring feedback. So it also identifies opportunities for improvement, organizes comments by logically by themes or sections, and everything is done. So here also we have a certain set of recommendations. Once this is done, we will accept, and then we will have our final manuscript after a peer review. So I'm really happy that this tool is there, because a lot of researchers did not used to feel confident before submitting their papers, and they were always in a doubt that whether you have done it correctly or not, what went wrong, what is not correct, or each and everything was there in their mind. But with this framework you can see that uh, you know in less than 10 minutes you can finalize your manuscript. You can have the best version of your manuscript, which you can copy and then submit it for the review. So I really feel that you should give this tool a try when you are trying to focus on high quality journals, when you want your papers to get published in good journals. This can really be helpful for you. Again, a very interesting feature from AnswerThis is their AI writer. So we just go click on AI writer, and here we can search for any existing document upon which we were working, or we can start a new document also. I will show you demo over here. I have this document. Now what I want to do is, I want to maybe reformat it, or I want to add headings, subheadings to it. I want to you know clean up some sentences, or I want to enhance the language, I want to enhance the tone. So I can do everything here. Let's say we have this literature review that we've done so far, and firstly we will set the style of citations. So maybe it is APA, whatever style you want you can just select. After selecting the style, you can start editing it. So from here, what you can do is, there is an assistant option. So when you click the assistant option, this assistant gives you everything. It gives you summary, it gives you key sources, it gives you everything. And along with that, you also have option to edit with AI, you also have option to download it, and you also have option to ask follow-up questions. Follow-up questions in the sense that, let's say this is a sentence, and if you want something to understand from this particular sentence, you can just ask a question from here. And here you can see that you can expand this particular sentence. You can rephrase it if you feel that this is not academic, or you want to make it more formal or whatever. You can just do that. And there is then an option of a custom prompt. So I will just select it, I will click on custom prompt, and I will give a prompt. Let's say I want to make it more academic, and I will click on enter, and it will rephrase and it will make that particular statement more academic. So this you can do for any part of the document. You can format tables, you can prepare tables. So see, this particular statement has been changed and it has become more academic now. So likewise you can do this. Another major problem that many researchers face is, they are not sure how to do tables part. Of course it is very easy, but table in APA style, table in Harvard style, these are different. So you can just select your style, and then your table will be as per that. Then you have option to reformat. When you select on reformatting, all the formatting or any problem related to formatting will be done again. And then this was assistant, we explored it. Then this is an option where you can generate outline. So if you have only let's say a topic AI in education, you can select how many numbers of headings do you want and how many subheadings do you want. So for our research title, if I talk about that, AI tool impact, on motivation students for maths and English subjects, and I will click on generate outline. So I will get 5 headings and 2 subheadings per heading. So when you are not sure that you are starting a literature review, you are starting an essay, or you are starting an introduction section, or whatever you are starting, you can just get your headings and subheadings done from this. So meanwhile we can explore another option because it is generating. You can get full outline to an answer. So you can basically convert outline to a full answer. If you have outline, let's say it is creating an outline for you. Now it has created an outline, okay? So you can also have you also have option to add it to beginning, add it to end. Basically you can reshuffle. So I will just copy this outline for now, and because this document and this is different, so I won't apply it to this particular document. I will go to full outline and I will click on, I will copy it and I will click on generate answer, and it will generate the content for whatever I have pasted over here. Then you have option of AI edit, and meanwhile we will go to this option. What you can do here is you can reword the selected sentences, you can summarize, you can generate questions, and you can provide a custom prompt that I want to do this or this. I want to let's say you see that there are a particular paragraph is written in first person singular. You don't want it in first person singular, you can just give it a prompt that I want this particular sentence in first person plural, or you want active to passive, whatever you want to do, you can do it with custom prompts option also. Then here is your library. So from your library you can add any citation in this particular document, and again this is a lifesaver. So let's say we started our literature review and we want that this particular we know that this particular statement is from this citation, I mean this source. I can just click on the citation and this citation will come over here. So this is automatic citation from your library. So when you start a new document here, when you start your literature review here in this document and you have your papers saved in your library, you just come here and just cite your papers over here. You can also search for papers. So many times what happens is we get review comments that you should add a citation to this particular sentence. So what you can do is you can just click here and search for references, and you get a database of relevant papers and you just cite the paper over here. So let's say we copy it here, and now it will load relevant papers, and from those relevant papers, see there is a paper on cyber risk management integration. And now if I feel that this particular paper can be relevant, I will just open it, I will read abstract, and I will understand that yes, this paper could be useful. So I will just click on add citation and a citation will be added. And even if you don't understand, you have you can learn how to use editor and how to access this entire document. So this is also there. And now I will come back to AI editor again, No, full answer outline. So this is the full answer. You see that I've given it a topic and it has generated a full answer, and I can even replace everything. So it will clear the document and add this new content. I can add it in the beginning, I can add it in the end. So whatever I want to do, I can do it from here. So this is how you can start your literature review in this document, and you can have all your sources and everything at one place. You don't need anything else. Even in this case, you don't even need Zotero, because everything is here. You can change your citation style, you can add references, you can remove references. So everything is here in this document feature only. So now it is very easy to organize your literature review or organize your research, because everything can be there at one place. And I also wanted to show you how Zotero works and how Zotero makes your work very easy. You can see that these are the references that we have saved in our Zotero library, and you just have to integrate Zotero with MS Office, MS Word. Here I have Zotero. I will click on Zotero, and now I want to add a citation, let's say for this particular sentence. For a second, just assume that this is something that I have written, this is not copied. And now I have to select the citation style. Based on citation style, I just want, let's say, this particular reference to be cited in my document. I will just select it and click enter. When I click enter, it will be added here. Likewise, whatever ever is there in the form of placeholders, I can have all of these. I can even open these citations. You can see that when I double click, this particular research paper opens, so I can also have a look at it. Now I want to add a citation, so I will click on add citation. Again I want to add this as citation. I will click on this, click enter, and this will be added. Likewise, I can add all the citations or as many citations as I want. And finally, when I am done with adding citations, I will just click on add or edit bibliography. There is, I don't know, some error, but when I click on yes, it automatically updates the reference list at the end in APA 7 or in whatever format I want. So this is how Zotero is also helpful in managing your citations for literature reviews and research papers. Here's how to continue. So you just explore AnswerThis Pro for unlimited access, and I am guaranteeing you that it is worth every single penny that you pay, because you have already seen what kind of features are there and how these features are going to save you a lot of time and efforts. And next, you install Zotero plugins for Google Docs or Word wherever you work, and you then use advanced prompts in ChatGPT to create outlines, synthesize data, or prepare for vivas. So you can just use this checklist, which is you run deep search, you use gap finder, you chat with papers, you review drafts with empathy, and you organize everything with Zotero. So this is the checklist, and this is the summary from today's session. So thank you so much for joining today. If you would like to stay connected, you can go to my website. And again, I would say that you should not miss on AnswerThis, because it is a great tool. Not just me, but along with me, thousands of my scholars, researchers have
used this tool, they have saved a lot of time, and I keep on receiving a very very positive feedback on this particular tool, that this is so far the best tool that we have experienced, that had saved us a lot of time in our research. So yeah, and you also feel free to reach out if you need one-to-one help, or you want to explore some more ideas on how answer this can be used. I just hope this session has helped you see what's possible when AI works with you, not for you.
As we wrap today's session, I want you to remember one key message. You don't need 20 different AI tools to do a great research. You just need the right ones and the right way to use them. With AnswerThis, ChatGPT and Zotero, you now have a complete mini research ecosystem. You can find high quality papers and identify research gaps with AnswerThis. You can refine, draft and summarize content using ChatGPT ethically and efficiently. And with Zotero, you can stay organized and manage your citations and references without ever feeling lost again. These tools don't replace your intelligence, they amplify it. They help you focus on thinking deeply, analyzing critically, and writing with clarity without wasting hours on repetitive or manual tasks. Sorry. So, whether you are working on your thesis, writing a paper, or preparing for publication, don't let the process slow you down. Let AI assist you ethically and effectively. And yes, remember, at the PhD Coach, we are here to support you beyond this session. You will find tutorials, ebooks, templates, and an entire community built around AI powered research productivity. Thank you for being a part of this workshop. I hope this was the turning point in your approach. Research smarter, faster, and with more confidence.